I would not say that I am a master of packing Lolita by any means, but I have kind of figured out my own ways of doing it that has worked for me, and kind of through trial and error learned things that can make life a lot easier when traveling with Lolita. So I wanted to share with all of you how I do that. There are so many reasons why you may need to pack Lolita fashion. Possibly you're going to a convention, or maybe you're going to a meetup that requires you to travel, or you might even be going on vacation and just want to wear Lolita fashion. You know what else is fun about traveling? Coming home to your own bed. Oh, you don't like coming home to your own bed? Well, you must not have a Birch mattress. I have had my Birch mattress for a few months now, and I finally got a frame for it. I am back on my loft bed game. Birch is a premium mattress in a box company that makes mattresses and sleep products that are stylish, comfortable, and environmentally conscious. Their non-toxic mattresses are made in the USA and are crafted with organic and natural materials that have been sustainably sourced. Unlike synthetic mattresses, the wool in these mattresses makes it hypoallergenic, both allergen and mildew resistant. Throughout the creation of their mattresses, Birch ensures that their materials are produced and harvested sustainably. I don't think you can see me because of the bar and my plushies, but I am extremely comfortable right now, and I don't even want to finish this advertisement. I just want to fall asleep. Do you ever get annoyingly sweaty in bed? Birch mattresses are made for breathability to avoid that happening, and I feel so comfortable, and I have not felt gross and sweaty at all in this mattress. Even during the humid, hot Canadian summers, which I'm glad are almost over now. As you probably already know from my last sponsor with Birch Mattress, obtaining this mattress was incredibly easy. It just showed up at my door. It was really easy to set up. With your Birch mattress, you will get a 100-night sleep trial along with a 25-year warranty. If it makes you nervous to buy something that you haven't tried yet, you have 3 months to make sure you love it. If you don't, they'll pick it up for you and you'll get a full refund. I love my Birch mattress, and I know that if you got one, you would too. If you are looking to get a new mattress by using my URL, you will get $400 off, as well as 2 free pillows. And the pillows are super comfy. Thank you so much, Birch, for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now that we know what amazing comfort we can come home to, let's get into traveling. If there's one thing that I can give you that I want you to take from this video, it is to minimize quantity and maximize function. Before I travel, I always plan out specifically what coordinates I am going to wear. I don't just throw things together and say, hey, I'll figure it out when I'm there. No, I always want to plan ahead because I don't want to bring excess things that I'm not going to end up using, especially when I have to travel on a plane because there's weight limits with your suitcase. Or even if you're traveling in a car, you might be traveling with other people and you don't want to waste any space. It will help you save time when you are actually on your trip. You won't have to think about or figure these things out. And it will also keep you from overpacking or forgetting things. It's really helpful to use a coordinate checklist because then you know that you have every single thing for your coordinate. When it comes to the day of you getting dressed, there might be a lot of things going on that will stress you out, keep your mind busy. So it'll be easy to just boom, 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 go through your checklist and make sure that you have everything in order. It also helps you when you are coming back from your trip to refer to your checklist to make sure that you've packed everything. When I'm planning coordinates, I try to start with whatever's heaviest first, so usually shoes, because I want to make sure that I can bring the least amount of shoes possible, usually just 1 or 2 pairs. So I'll kind of think about the overall color theme and then pick shoes for it. Sometimes I will pack my shoes in my carry-on so that it's not putting the weight in my checked bag. I always pack shoes that I've worn before that I know will hold up and last. Sometimes if I'm not sure, I will bring an extra pair just in case it breaks, because I have had rocking horse shoes break on several occasions and had to like limp home. So I wouldn't recommend bringing rocking horse shoes, to be honest. Like traveling anywhere, it's like, why would you? They're heavy, they could break. Not worth it. For my color theme, personally, I really like to go with like a pastel rainbow because it's so easy. It's really hard if you want to wear like gothic one day and then like a red coordinate another day and then like a pastel sweet Lolita, you're gonna have to bring so much more stuff than if you just stick with one overall color theme for your weekend, or things that are interchangeable. How do I actually pack my dresses? Well, if I am packing a polyester dress, I will typically roll it. So you fold the sleeves in if there are sleeves, and you kind of fold part of the skirt inward, and then you just roll the dress up. For a skirt, you would just fold it inward and then roll it up. This helps make your dress the smallest amount of space in your bag. However, if it is a cotton material, it will make it very, very wrinkly. So for cotton dresses, I tend to just fold the skirt in and then fold it at the waist in half to reduce wrinkles. This will kind of take up a little bit more space in your suitcase, but then again, it could make it more flat depending on how you layer things on top of it. It's really up to you and how you want to kind of deal with your dress when it comes out of your suitcase. The other theme for this video is bags. I use a lot of like tiny bags, storage bags. They're so good. I like to use a lot of the cotton candy feet bags to store my accessories because I found that for one day, for one coordinate that's kind of like over the top sweet, I can fit everything in this. So when I pack, I will pack my dress, then I will usually use one of these, and I find that these can fit all of my accessories for each coordinate. If I'm going somewhere for a short period of time, I will end up putting all of my accessories for each coordinate in one bag. So in this bag, I will put like my wrist cuffs, my tights, my socks, whatever headpiece I have, whatever accessories, jewelry. And for jewelry, I keep a lot of my B&B deco bags, and I will put them in a bag within the bag. And the reason for this is because then it makes it really convenient for each day. You can just dump all of this out with your dress or your main piece and assemble it all, and you have it all in one space. And then at the end of the day, you can put it all back in there. So it helps you get ready easier and make sure that you have everything. And this is great, especially when you're staying with other Lolitas, because you don't want to lay out all of your stuff everywhere because it's going to get mixed up with other people's stuff. There's been times when, you know, people step on accessories or bracelets that are on the floor, and you want to avoid all of that. You want to make it easy. However, if you're going somewhere for a long period of time, maybe you're going on like a 3-week vacation and you're gonna wear like a bunch of different coordinates and you're not just gonna have like one for each day, you're gonna be making new ones, I would suggest using these kind of bags, but instead of putting all of your pieces, have each one be one specific thing. So have this one be all your bracelets, so that way you can just look through and grab your bracelet, and then have another one that's like all your wrist cuffs, all of your necklaces, all of your tights, all of your socks. I don't like to travel this way because it does end up like you have to think more, you have to spread your stuff out more, but if it is a longer trip, then it would be less efficient to have each coordinate planned so specifically. But definitely putting things in bags like this can help you keep organized and make sure that you have everything that you need to go. If you're going on a longer trip, I would still recommend planning out some coordinates early and thinking about what you could use in different ones, and think about different ways that you could pair it. If you're driving and you are running out of room in your suitcase, I find that sometimes it's nice to pack stuff that's less important and squishy, like petticoats, your pajamas, your casual clothes, into tote bags so that you can kind of squish it in between the empty spaces in your car or vehicle. Because when everyone shows up with hard case suitcases, you start to run out of room, but if you have your more squishable items in tote bags, you can fill in those spaces. Of course, check with whoever you are driving with because you want to know how much space you can have in the vehicle. If you can, bring extra hangers, like small, thin hangers. On one side of my suitcase, it has like a flat bottom, and then the other side has kind of bumpy ridges, and I'll put the hangers in the flat side underneath my Lolita. And the reason for this is because hotels never have enough hangers in their closets. And what I like to do when I first get somewhere is I will take out all of my main pieces, steam them, and then hang them up. And then each day as I go through my adventure, convention, whatever, I will put away the dresses that I've worn so that it's ready to go, and then when I'm done with it, I can put it back in my bag. Especially if you're sharing a room with Lolitas, you will not have enough hangers. So if you can fit more hangers into your bag, I always recommend bringing them. With a suitcase like this, I tend to keep all of my Lolita on one side where I can zip it up and keep it maintained and safe away from other things. And then on this side of the suitcase, I will pack my regular clothes, my underwear, my bras, socks, everyday clothes, toiletries, makeup, you name it. When traveling with wigs or hairpieces, I always put them in a Ziploc bag because it will help keep the wig from getting all messed up, getting all over the place. Petticoats! Everyone asks about petticoats. Me Likes Tea made a great video about packing petticoats, which I will show here because I don't have a bag like this, but it is really good to just put a petticoat in a larger Ziploc bag, in a space bag if you have one, so that you can compress it as much as possible. If you are traveling in a car, it's great to just toss it in a tote bag. You can use it as a pillow, you can cram it under the seat somewhere or in between other bags. If you have a suitcase of this style where it has a pocket in the front, a lot of the times I will just cram it in there because it's easy and out of the way. It does tend to make the bag a little bit more front heavy, but if I'm checking it, then I'm not going to have it for very long, so I don't really care. I'll just get it to the counter and get rid of it. Traveling with a hoop skirt is definitely a lot more convenient because you can fold it inward and put it into a smaller Ziploc bag. It will take up a lot less space. Additionally, if you're going somewhere where it's warm, having a hoop skirt, it will make your dress look poofy and large without having the weight of a petticoat on you and weighing you down and making you warmer. But if you're traveling somewhere colder, it's nicer to have a petticoat because it'll help you stay warm. When you get home from a vacation, from a trip, from a convention, you need to wash your clothes. It's good to get into the practice of washing your Lolita before you put it away, because then you know that the next time it's ready to wear and you don't have to worry about it. You won't worry about like the smells contaminating your other dresses. People constantly ask me how to wash Lolita, and I don't know how to make a whole video about it because the way that I do it is real simple. I turn my dress inside out and I will wash it with other similar colored fabrics, usually with light colored sheets. And I will run the washing machine on cold and whatever the most delicate setting is. I use my regular detergent. I know some people like to use like more gentle detergents, but I found that my regular detergent is fine. And that's it. I just run it in the washing machine. Then I never put it in the dryer. I always hang dry my Lolita. There's also been times where I've hand washed my Lolita, which is I just hand wash it the same way I would anything. That's been times where I've noticed that there's like makeup here or on the collar, or like if there's deodorant stains or anything on it, I will typically hand wash it. But all of my dresses, I just put in the washing machine. They've all been fine. I haven't run into any problems. A lot of people are afraid of their Lolita prints running, and I think that the hysteria around this idea is a lot worse than it actually is. There's only a few prints that will run, and they're typically older, angelic, pretty prints. You can typically Google the name of your print and see older live journal posts to see if people have reported it running, or if the print has waist ties, you can test it by just washing one of the waist ties and seeing if it runs. It's a lot less stressful than ruining your whole dress. There are a lot of other videos on packing Lolita, storing Lolita, washing Lolita that I urge you to watch as well, just to take in as much information as you can. I hope that my ways of doing it has maybe helped you. Let me know if there's anything that you learned from this video, or if there's anything that you do differently. I would love to hear about it too, because like I said at the beginning, I'm not an expert. I'm always learning. I'm always figuring out new ways to do things, so I would love to hear your advice too. And as always, stay lovely.